Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks, The State of Her World, on Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. Well, we don't know what it is. Kind of know what it is. It's the same. Nothing, it doesn't change. The virus is still with us. As of this evening, we have 4,828,744 cases in the United States. And we have, I think, about 158,000 people who have passed away from this virus, all due to lack of management of this problem, lack of a national plan for getting everyone the personal protective equipment and hospital equipment and testing. All failed. Some states shut down for a period of time, others didn't. Masks, some wore masks, some didn't. Then things were flattening the curve, and then states opened up too early and too much, and they had to go back and do another little mini shutdown. So it's a real mess. But the thing is, this virus is going to be with us for a long time. So we have to shelter in place, only go out when you have to, wear a mask, wear gloves if necessary, and look out for vulnerable populations like essential workers, healthcare workers, first responders, agricultural workers, farm workers, those living in assisted living homes, retirement homes, nursing homes, and veterans homes. And the Native American people, they've been hit really hard by this virus. And then homeless people, where they're living in a shelter or in the streets. We have to protect all these vulnerable people. And you can't have partial shutdowns. You have to have a national policy for everything. And so I think it's up to each of us to do the right thing, and then maybe we can get a handle on this virus and eradicate it. But right now, things don't look as good as they should. So we really need to make sure we do the right thing. If not, we don't really have a leader. We have a bunch of governors that are doing a very good job in their states, but we don't have anyone at the federal level. So we really have to change that. Now, the post office is very important. Mail is very important. Republicans want to shut it down, so make sure you contact your representatives at the federal, state, and local level. Tell them you really support the post office and you want it to be strong. Also, we need to keep schools closed until it's safe for them to reopen. There's no school that is big enough to hold all the students with social distancing, or no school district that has the money to do that. So we'll just continue learning at home, virtual learning, and get all students all the technology and equipment they need to do this, computers, etc. Now, we had a horrible occurrence in Lebanon, and it was at a port. There was a huge explosion. There's a fire and an explosion. Supposedly there's a fire in a warehouse that has having firecrackers, and they caught fire. And then that warehouse also housed lots of fertilizer, nitrate, ammonia nitrate, something like that. And that it's very volatile, and it caught fire and it exploded. Many people were killed, many more people were injured, and the whole area is devastated. The pictures I've seen looks like a war zone. We don't know exactly what happened, but we had something similar a while ago in Oklahoma City when someone decided to blow up the federal offices in Oklahoma City, killed a lot of people, injured a lot of people. Then we had an occurrence where fertilizer was being stored, or was a company was manufacturing fertilizer. It was a town in Texas, and they weren't managing it properly, and it exploded. It killed a lot of people. Now, and this fertilizer plant was near, I believe, a retirement home and a hospital, maybe even a school. seems like in Texas they don't really have zoning laws to make sure manufacturing is in one area, residents live in another area, commercial businesses in this other area. They don't have that. They can put these things anywhere they want. And if you want to buy a property in some place in Texas and you want to find out, well, what's near your property, you can't do that. It's hidden. So that's a real problem. There's no openness about what's in your town. Have to change that. And apparently this factory or this manufacturing fertilizer was owned by someone in the Koch family, which is a very famous family. They're libertarians and they hate government, and they think they can do whatever they want. So anyway, there was this fire there back then. That was maybe about 10 years ago, I think. And then latest we have this in Lebanon. Lebanon has had its problems. I don't know if it had anything to do with the fact that when the UN designated the State of Israel in 1948, there were a lot of people living in all the villages all over Israel who were forced out, and they went to other places, including Lebanon. And I don't know if Lebanon was prepared at the time to take care of these people. So there are refugee camps in Lebanon and other places in the Middle East. So there's definitely a problem. We still have the protests going on over the murder of George Floyd at the hands of a Minnesota police officer. And these protests are going on all over, and they're not going to stop until some changes are made in the way things are done. Now, the federal government has sent in kind of like militarized police into Portland, Oregon to handle the problem. But the problem, it really wasn't a problem. The protesters, for the most part, were very peaceful. But the federal officials that were coming in, they were not peaceful. They were attacking the protesters. They were pulling the protesters off the street and driving around for a while. And they were traveling in using unmarked cars and did not have a name tag. So what's the big secret? Okay. Now, so we've covered this. There's a lot of stuff going on, and you have to pay attention. Make sure you register to vote. Make sure you review all the candidates and the issues that will be on the ballot for you, so you can make as informed decision as possible. So now, there are a lot of other things that one can think about doing, but okay, how about a little song for this evening? All right, I'd like to sing a song that you might have heard of. I like it a lot. It's called Night Irene. It was made famous by the Weavers, I think back in the 50s. Anyway, here we go. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Last Saturday night I got married. Me and my wife settled down, and my wife are parted. And take another stroll downtown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Stop rambling, stop your gambling. Stop staying out late at night. Go home to your wife and your family. Sit down by the fireside bright. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. See you in my dreams. Alright. Well, that was Good Night, Irene. I think I might have forgotten a verse in there, but we'll get back to it next time. Okay, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to Carolyn Speaks the State of Her World on Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. And remember to take care of yourself, take care of others, and remember also, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Make sure you wear that mask and do your social distancing. Okay, thank you. Good night.